All right, we're going to talk about India today. Now, this is going to be awesome. Welcome to The Fighting Entrepreneur. This is the last official interview ever of The Fighting Entrepreneur. Oh my God, this is special. This is special. All right. So this person, our guest today, is so special that he's convinced me to fly to India. That's right. Very soon, I will be on a flight to India to speak at his event in January. So if you are anywhere in India, UAE, Singapore, Malaysia, if you're within, I would say, a few hours of this event, you've got to be there. Heck, even if you're further away and you want to see me and come hang out, it's me, Neil Patel, and some other amazing speakers, then you got to come out and see this, because I will start by introducing this entrepreneur in a very unique way. And this is a true story. He flew down to one of my events. We had an event here at the Lurn Center where it was very exclusive. It's an event we are doing every few months called Expert Summit. You have to qualify and be invited to get in. He and his brother applied, and something happens. I don't know if Saurabh knows this story. His brother, so Saurabh, you almost got nixed from the list. We almost banned you guys and didn't invite you because it was some error happened, and I think Raul, your brother, put down revenue of 1 billion. And my team was like, these are jokers. Like, this is rubbish, nonsense, and almost got it completely X'd out. And then I was like, oh, no one's going to fly down from India for this event. But apparently my team then started speaking to Saurabh, and they made a case, and then my team came to me and said this and that. And I said, all right, let's see, right? Let's see. And turns out Saurabh has been to my events before. I did not know that. And so at the event, I remember I'm speaking, and a couple hours in, someone in the back stands up and says, I have questions, and asks questions. And it was Saurabh. And his first one or two questions, he's like reading from a notebook. So he's obviously intently paying attention. And his questions were good, like really good questions. And I'm telling you, you can judge us. I always say this, you could judge a student by the quality of their questions. And I've always told you this on this podcast too. I've always said that if you want the right answer, ask the right question. And so he's asking these great questions throughout the day. And I'm just blown away to the point where I went and Googled him later that evening when I went home. Check out his profile online. And I distinctly remember telling my wife, Saurabh, you can ask my wife. And I said, this guy is going to be a big deal. And she's like, what makes you say that? I was like, this guy's going to be a big deal. And Saurabh, you can look and back me up on this. In your Facebook message, which I know you don't check Facebook much, in your Facebook messages, I messaged you that Saturday, the next day, midday, and I said, hey, before you leave, let's meet. And it was precisely because I saw something big happening. I didn't even know about what you're doing with this massive summit you have coming up and all these other things. But I could just tell. You can tell when someone's dialed in, focused, and just ready to attack. And especially the India market is something that's so close to my heart in many ways, because 12 years ago, I actually physically relocated myself to India because I wanted to build this internet marketing market in India. Now, as many of you who watch this podcast know, I got devoured and I left. And then I was like, okay, never doing that again. Turns out I was really just far ahead of my time. The time is now. And I'm probably going to take my words back. I have a feeling I'm going to end up doing something because, in the end of the day, India's in the heart. So Saurabh, I met him. He joined my mastermind at the event. He stayed back an extra week just to meet with me. I ended up not being able to meet with him because I got COVID. He was still gracious about it. Like, everything about you, Saurabh, has nothing but radically impressed me. And then Saurabh asked me to come speak at his event in India. And I'm like, oh my God, there's one thing I was like, I cannot do. With my wife is the most understanding person on the planet. She allows me to do whatever. She's so cool. But there's one thing that I know will make her angry, and that is me going to India without her. And so right now we have a baby girl at the house. I'm traveling. I have events. We're busy. So my immediate reaction to Saurabh was like, I can't do it, man. I mean, we have things happening already in India that we have said no to. I'm not going. But then I remember, Saurabh, there was a pause in your voice. And I felt like I was letting him down, right? Like, I just felt so bad. And I was like, I want to be a part of this story. Like, I want to be a part of Saurabh Bhatnagar's story as he takes over India and just becomes this radical success. So I worked on it and spoke to people. Anyways, I called him back like a few days later. I was like, you know what, the hell with it, I'll do it. And I'm literally gonna fly into India, everybody. I will be there for like 2 or 3 nights, and I'm gonna fly my butt right back. And Saurabh, just so you know, my wife has made at least 3 passive digs at me so far. Now she's completely blessed it, approved it. She's excited I'm going, but every few days she's like, yeah, oh yeah, so you're gonna go to India? And I'm like, like I'm gonna pay the price for this trip. But I say all of this, man. I do this introduction for you because I am very impressed with what you're doing. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I want to get this moment on video because I feel like in 5 or 10 years, I can come back and be like, I called it. I said that Saurabh and Rahul and your whole team, I think you guys are just doing some amazing things, and I'm just glad to be a part of it, and I hope to be more and more part of it as time comes. Thank you for being on this podcast. Before we even start, yeah. So go ahead, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for having me over here. And your words actually mean a lot to me, and you know that already, right? And that's thing number one. Number two is I'm really grateful to be over here. I have seen your podcast. I've seen the interviews. I have seen your work, and it's so amazing to be a part over here. I'm honestly, excited and nervous at the same time, and I'm actually, very excited for this. So thank you so much.
No, of course, man. Thank you for being here. Look, guys, I'm going to tell you flat out. If you live in India, and I mean this, I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear anything. You need to go to funnelgrowthsummit.com. Funnelgrowthsummit.com. And get a ticket. It's like the equivalent of $60. I don't care what you have to do. You go get a ticket, funnelgrowthsummit.com. He's got some of the best speakers. I mean, I am genuinely excited. Not only am I excited to come there, I'm flying all the way from the US it's like a 16 to 20 hour transit one way and then back. And I'm there for 3 days because I'm that excited about this event. For any of you who know Funnel Hacker Live, right? I'm absolutely ClickFunnels. I'm absolutely seeing this is the ClickFunnels of India. This is the Funnel Hacker Live of India. This is the event for all online marketers. So if you've been thinking about setting up an online business, services, digital products, e-commerce, you got to get yourself a ticket. And yes, make it happen. I know there's things. I am making it happen. All right. You will make it happen. So Saurabh, I want to start before we even talk about this event, India. Okay. So you saw the podcast I put out, and it went pretty viral. The short went even more viral to the point where I took it down because it was getting to millions of views. And it was, and I got attacked about it from a lot of people, and a lot of people agreed with me, and a lot of people attacked me for it, about how I was like, I'm not doing business in India anymore because, India this, India that, India this. And so people are like, how can you, talk bad about Indians? I'm like, first of all, I am Indian, so I can say whatever I want. Second of all, I'm not just talking theoretically. I'm giving my personal experience. I went there and this is what happened. But I got to tell you, man, I think any entrepreneur right now who's not thinking about how India is a part of their business plan is missing out. Because I think the days, my personal prediction, I'll get it on video. I think China is great. I think the days of China are interestingly kind of in the background now. I think India is ready. I think India's got the youth. It's got the talent. It's got the money. It's got the people. So this is a market. I just have to figure out, how to tap the market, but you are in the market. And I mean, just a few years ago, I saw a picture you put up recently. Just a few years ago, you said you were packing like flyers to be putting around. You were, you're a young guy, but you're seeing this market come up. Let's talk India. What are you seeing in the Indian business climate, especially with the internet and online? Are you seeing it blow up now? Is it good? Is it bad? Are things cleaning up? Like, how does it work?
Okay, so first of all, the first thing that I'm seeing right now is before actually working in deeply into the Indian market, I also was working in the international market, and I was seeing a lot of product launches, software launches, and before that there were a lot of info coaching, and then suddenly a lot of softwares came in, and then I realized one more thing, that it's the same thing that I'm seeing in India. So every now and then, every single day on Facebook, I'm seeing a new advertisement coming up of some new coach trying to teach something new. And that's when I realized, what, a lot of coaching, a lot of info is happening right over here. And that's how the market is progressing. So right now it's a lot into the learning mode, but at the same time, you can say that because of the volume that we have, so there are always people who are far ahead. So every single day I get to hear about somebody who is like very amazing, and I didn't even know about that person being in India, because India is such a huge market. So I would say that we have a lot of advanced people if you talk about any subject, and then we have a lot of people. Everything is in mass, everything is in quantity. So people who are trying to learn and trying to absorb, trying to know the concepts of digital marketing, how it works, how it is going. Plus, at the same time, a lot of people are doing extremely well. So that is how the digital ecosystem is currently. And every single day, I'm seeing new and new people joining the uh, trend actually. And a lot of students are there, and a lot of hunger is there on it, because that people in India, they want to work hard, they want to work really hard. And if something can help them in living up the dreams, and something has the potential, they are willing to put in the hard work. I have a ton of students who has done extremely well, number of success stories coming out of them, and the kind of efforts that they put in. So I give them a challenge, a daily challenge, that every day whatever you are learning, you put it into my group. And every single day I see them putting in the comments that I implemented this, I implemented this, and I get really inspired from them. So
No, it's a, so how big do you think like the online marketing community is in India? So India's got, what's the latest population in India? It was like 1.3, 1.2 billion. I don't know, something 1 plus billion, 1.3. Let's just say 1 billion plus. Okay, of the billion people, how many guys? We're like completely spitballing and taking a full out of the shot guess. Okay, so this is not scientific data. Would you say the market's 100,000 people, 1 million people, 10 million people, 50 million people? Like, how many people do you think are actively interested in online marketing, if you had to guess?
uh 30 million
30
maybe.
million. Okay, yeah. So 30 million people, just to give you an idea, is literally 30% of the population of the entire United States of America. That's the entire population of Canada. Okay, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's a huge number of people. And
And there's a reason for it, because I cannot tell you the exact number last time when I heard it, but the majority percentage of India right now is less than the age of 35. So all of them is getting to hear about online things happening online, and somehow to make money online. It can, maybe it's not just about digital marketing, maybe it's also about, let's say, stocks trading. But some way or the other, if I would put it everything into one single basket of make money online, so yeah, then 30 million plus for sure.
so crazy. And you did an event during the last like year, in the last year. I think you did a virtual event where you had the full like Tony Robbins style. I mean, it was beautiful. Like, right? How many people did you have at that event virtually?
So we had about 2,500 plus people in that event. So
Wow. So 2,500 people plus and those are all from India? Was it mostly from people from India?
yes, you can say that 99% for sure.
And so to get those 2,500 people into that virtual event, what did you do? Did you do a lot of ad buying? Did you just mail your email list? Did you, put up billboards all over the country? Like,
So a lot of webinars. I would say the main selling point is webinars, and the idea is to do media buying, to do email broadcast, to do SMS broadcast, to get in touch with the Instagram influencers, and pay them to do the shout outs. And along with that, we also built a team of callers. So basically, people who can call our email list, and they can register people for the webinar. That hey, you are a special guest of Saurabh Bhatnagar, Rahul Bhatnagar, my brother, and we are doing this special webinar, and we are registering you for the webinar, and you can check your email right now. So you are registered.
and that's what you said you're doing even to promote your current event, Funnel Growth Summit. You're doing the same systems to promote that. And how many people did you say are already? I mean, we're filming, just for full transparency, everybody. We are filming this. What is it? The December 21st, 20.
22nd. Yeah.
22nd. So there's still a good month plus to go. But Saurabh, how many ticket sales have you already had for Funnel Growth Summit?
So it's approximately 1,500.
Jeez, it's incredible. And you know what I love about this, Saurabh, is the biggest event I have ever run in my life, and I've been doing this for 21 years, personally run, is about 800 people. So you, at your young age, have already surpassed that. That's why I keep saying, man, you and your brother, you guys are gonna do huge things. And you know what? If I couldn't be the one that broke the India market, I'm so glad it is you. And I will just grab on to your tail and just come along with you for the ride. But I think it's gonna be huge. How many are you?
I want to chip in. So sorry for that. I want to chip in a little bit over here. One thing that I would say, it's not just the impact of the webinar, SMS calls, and all the other things. One more thing that is very, 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 very important over here is that our audience, our community, even with a very small audience that we had back in 2019, we did a 500 plus people event. That time, I would say literally very small audience. We had just started doing work in India. But the thing is that a lot of people in our community, you will come to the event, you will see they really love us. It's like to the core, and we know them by their name, we know them by their face, we know exactly who is coming to the event, we know exactly from where they are coming. We are literally connected with our audience every single week in the form of live webinars, in the form of live training webinars or Q&A webinars, each and everybody. So, and in our products, we have ensured that the quality is there. So they know we always try to over deliver. Whenever we put out any product, if we promise 100, we always ensure that it is at 120, 130. So that level commitment they have seen from the very first day. And they know for sure that if we are putting out a product out, so it is going to deliver what we have promised, even much more than that. And it actually happens every single time. So
no, I believe it. I believe it. And so, everyone, funnelgrowthsummit.com, because he's going to have 5,000 there. And I have no doubt it's a whole freaking stadium. This will be the second stadium I've ever spoken at in my entire career. The first one being for Grant Cardone. So, Saurabh, there you go. My second stadium will be for Saurabh Bhatnagar. Amazing. So, talk to me a little bit about your background. Like, how did you get to Flexi Funnels? I see you wearing the shirt. For those of you who can't see it, he's the co-founder of Flexi Funnels, which is it's taking the India market by wildfire. So I know a few years ago you were stuffing flyers. Like, give us a quick synopsis of your background and bring us to like today, which is Flexi Funnels, and then we'll talk more about how that fits into the event that you're doing.
All right. So right after the college, we started a business back in our city, Dehradun. And what we did was we tied up with a lot of local business owners, grocery owners, gym owners, restaurants, saloons, everybody. And we took discounted deals from them, discounted coupons from them. And we used to create a coupon booklet and a discounted loyalty card, which we started selling for 200 rupees. And I used to go door to door in my city, used to go to every single road and trying to sell those coupon booklets. That kept going for 4 years. And after that, we did an event. So we thought, let's do something big now. And we also called a couple of celebrities, took money on loan. And we actually lost a lot of money in that event, 10 lakh rupees we lost. And that was the point that we decided that no more offline work. Now we need to shift online. There was one more thing that was happening in the background. So every morning I used to go out 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 11 p.m., sometimes 2 a.m. And I used to come back, and every single day I used to learn about something about Facebook ads. And the reason for that was I saw a video of Gary Vaynerchuk. And in a video, he said that Facebook dark post ads, if you remember the term, Facebook dark post ads, when it first came out. So he said that Facebook dark post ad is something that can change your life. It can change your business. So my idea was never to be a Facebook ad expert or something. It was just about how can I scale my current coupons business by learning about these Facebook ads. So that was a skill set that I was developing simultaneously, which I didn't know that would be my entry point into the online world. So once we shut down this coupon business, I started providing Facebook ad services to clients. And then while providing those services, you require tools. From there, I discovered a platform called JVZoo. Then we discovered, okay, people are doing launches over there. So we started doing launches. We tried to figure out the market. I reached out to a lot of people in India who were doing the launches, and I messaged them that, hey, I want to meet you. I want to understand what is happening. So I traveled to 5, 6 cities, met all of them, tried to understand the market, did a launch with one of them. Mr. Gaurav Bora, he was there to mentor me in the first launch. Mr. Jay Sharma, he worked with us in the first launch. I also met my current partner in FlexiFunnels, Karthik, in one of those meetings. I took an appointment with him. And gradually the journey kept going. And then I started my coaching program in India, Facebook ads and funnels coaching program, because I was really good at that. So I thought I wanted to give something back to the market so that, I could teach them, because again, I felt that I was doing my online international work, but at the same time, the people in India, I want to teach them. So I wanted to put out a course for them. But then once I put that course out, after the week, after 10 days, I started receiving messages that, sir, I got my first client because of you. I have got my first breakthrough because of you. And those messages, they kept on increasing. And then that really pulled me back, because I was so happy with the impact that it started creating. And then we thought, okay, no, now we want to go more and more into this. And after having let's say, a university, so I have a Saurabh Bhatnagar University that has more than 400,000 plus enrolled members, free, and 5,000 plus paid members. So we decided, okay, now we want to come up with something, a funnel builder, FlexiFunnels, because something like this does not exist in India, which I really like, and at the same time, which is affordable for the Indian market. So, however, my pitch never is that, you use FlexiFunnels because it's affordable. I always say that, trust it on quality and compare it on quality. So yeah, that's how FlexiFunnels actually came in.
I love it, man. What an organic story of, success, that kind of one thing happens and then one thing happens and one thing happens. I find that the biggest and most successful entrepreneurial stories are always unplanned. And I feel like the planned stories are always the ones that don't make it. But it's always the entrepreneur that kind of showed up to best serve one place. They show up, they bring up the best of the best to help that one situation, and that leads to another opportunity, leads to another opportunity. Even as you talk, right? So it's like, I'm getting this inner voice that's like, hey, maybe this is time that I should be able to do something in India, that there's the right market for me to come and teach and train. Because you're right, a lot of the information marketers and things in India, they're kind of 15 years ago. So for me, I feel like I'm in the future. I know what works today. And if that could be applied to people in India who are starting now, holy crap, it's like a superpower, because they're going to be using things that we are using 10, 15 years down the road, which you at FlexiFunnels are empowering them. You're making it possible for them to use all of that, right? Which is incredible. So with FlexiFunnels, you've seen that there's what kinds of people in India are using FlexiFunnels? Is it people that want to be affiliates? Are you finding mostly it's like life coaches, or are you seeing like a lot of people selling courses now in India? What's like the number one user of FlexiFunnels? How are they making money from it?
Okay, so the number one users of FlexiFunnels are the service people who are using it for their clients. And the second biggest user chunk is coaches. So that's 1 and 2.
So coaching and consulting. So here's a question. In India, the mindset from the time you're young, parents believe in education a lot more than I feel they do in like the Western world. They invest in it, tutoring, extracurricular, extra classes, test prep, this prep. It's much, much more widely done. And from a percentage of income invested in education, it is probably 10, 20x what the US or Canada or UK do. What are courses? Are courses not selling in India? Are people just not doing like you do a course, right? You have a course on how to use Facebook ads. Do you target that to just India market, or you don't do India market?
I was only doing India market, because after I started doing the India market, I told you, right, it was a two-way relationship, because of the kind of messages that I was getting from my people, from my community, that they are really the kind of impact that I was able to create, that actually pulled me back into the Indian market. I started making less money first, because I was coming out of a huge high from the international market. I did my career's two best launches in the international market. One of them $1 million within 6 months, And then I stopped doing it, like full stop. I was receiving messages from a lot of people, affiliates and other people, that just put your face and we will do all the work. And I was like, no, I'm done. I really love the impact that I'm creating over here, and I'm only focused over here.
Okay. So courses generally though, do you think this is like the up and coming thing? Is that like the next thing that's going to take off in India, is people selling courses?
100%.
Yeah. Kind of feel like I want to be in the forefront of that. So there you go, guys. Saurabh is giving us a market prediction. Now all of us can compete to see who takes over that. And I'm very competitive, so be careful. Courses is my thing, man. That's my heart. That's what I love. I love courses. I know how to sell courses. I know how to sell courses all day long, right? Brilliant. Amazing. Man, there's just so much wealth of knowledge. So talk about this event. Who all is coming? Who's speaking? What is someone going to learn when they come to the Funnel Growth Summit? Why should they come? I'll be honest with you. I want to talk to you about so many things. My brain is racing right now. I want to talk to you about your story. I want to talk to you about your brother's story. I want to talk to you about Flexi Funnels. And I also want to talk to you about Anik, Singal in India. Like, I want to talk about what opportunities you see for me. Right? Because turn this into a reverse consult. But I feel like maybe we do that in the future in another podcast episode. And, that could be an Anik Singal show where you come on to consult me and we build a business plan in front of everybody for what I could be doing in India to serve India. And then everyone on YouTube can come back and tell me and shove it in my face and say, we thought you're never going to do business in India. I think what I meant was I'm never going to hire employees in India. And never say never is the first lesson I ever learned in life. But lots to talk about. So I hope to have you back. But for the moment, I really do want to focus everybody on Funnel Growth Summit. I want to focus anyone, if you're near India, if you have the ability to fly, if you're in India, no excuse, come see me. Come hang out at the Funnel Growth Summit. Find a way to there's a way to get a VIP ticket. I don't know how you do it. You talk to these guys, go to Funnel Growth Summit, because I will actually be in a room with VIPs. Saurabh is making me do the one thing that I don't like doing the most, but I'm doing it for him, is photo shoots. I'm petrified of photos. I'll do videos all day long. I don't like photo shoots. So, but it's in my contract. I signed it. So Saurabh made me do it. So I will definitely be doing photo shoots. But other than just meeting me, Saurabh, tell us about the event. What else are they going to get out of it? Because it's so powerful.
Okay, so the event, I will tell you the vision behind the event and how it all started. So I was talking to a person in a mastermind, and I shared with him something that he said that this is literally gold. And when he started talking, I was listening to him, and when he shared all those things, I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is going to impact my business. And within that 15 minutes conversation, we found a lot of value. And I said that, this expert level communication, this expert level knowledge needs to go out. And plus, that's number one. Number two, I have flown to events all over the world and I have got a lot out of it. It's not just the knowledge, Anik, right? It's the vibrations, it's the aura, it's the confidence. You return as a 2.0 version of yours after all that, meeting such great people like you and so many people. So we decided that, an event like this never existed in India. So we wanted to do something like that. In this event, we have invited some of the best people who are, the number one experts in what they do. That's why you are there. And Mr. Neil Patel is there for the SEO. My brother Rahul is there, who is a mind-blowing person when it comes to selling, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to mindset. And we have somebody like Mr. Harshal Carrier, who owns the number one digital marketing agency of India. Think about it. The biggest clients, that people only see on TV, he knows how to crack them. So he's there. Mr. Ryan Magan is there, who no introduction, who does your videos and videos of a lot of people. So somebody who has done a lot of million plus video views. So anybody who is willing to come into the online field, number one thing that you need to learn is high paying skill sets. That was my entry into the online world. I learned a huge high paying skill set, that was Facebook ads. That was my entry point. For you, the high paying skill set entry point can be Facebook ads, can be copywriting, can be email marketing, can be growth hacking, automation. It can be video creation, content creation, sales video creation. It can be anything. And all of those topics are being covered by the top-notch experts at the event. And you will get to learn all those skill sets. Number one. Number two, 5,000 plus people are there. A lot of networking is going to happen. So your future business connections, referrals, a lot is going to happen. So that's why you need to be at the event.
100%. It's a no-brainer, everybody. Funnelgrowthsummit.com. I implore you to go and get the VIP ticket. Come hang out. If there's any VIP tickets left, come hang out with us backstage. If nothing else, front. Yeah, I what I'm doing at the Funnel Growth Summit, even just for my talk, for anyone who's interested, is I am going to have a absolute open book policy, and I think Saurabh or his brother Raul are going to be on stage. And I'm telling them they can ask me about anything in my life. There is nothing held back. So there's going to be the most powerful interview that I'm going to reveal the best of the best, what I see coming, what I think is the next potential, what I think, where I know India will take off, because I am studying the market. So I'm going to be able to share with everybody there what they should be, what you should be doing if you want to be a year, 3 years, 5 years ahead of the market. Funnel Growth Summit, going to be amazing. It's an event to absolutely go to. So funnelgrowthsummit.com and then flexifunnels.com. I don't get paid anything for these endorsements, by the way. I know them. I know Saurabh. I've gotten to know Saurabh really well now. He's in my mastermind. And we've now actually got 2 people in our mastermind out of India. So Chirag and Saurabh. So watch out. There's a little army building down in India for what we do here in Board of Experts. So Saurabh, I cannot wait to see you soon. I cannot wait to help you sell a ton of tickets. Let's hit that 5,000 goal. Let's crush it, and let's bring funnels more and more to India because it's needed. And I'll leave you with closing words, man.
Anik, so anybody watching in India, if you are somebody who is still figuring out what to do in the online world, I would just say that, just start out in your journey. That's the number one thing. That's how everybody starts. That's how Anik started. That's how I started. It does not, even we didn't know that we would be doing this or he would be doing what he is wearing right now. It just has to start. You don't have to think a lot, because what I see in India right now is people think a lot. Action is a little bit missing. So my message to everybody listening in India is, just be an action taker. Whatever you are learning, whatever learning you have got, just start implementing. And that is the number one thing that will keep you taking ahead in your life. And over a period of time, when you will look back, you will see the same thing. Okay, wow, I did this. And that is the reason that I'm over here today. So 1 is greater than 0. Just put out all the actions that you have in your mind, and you will have that results for you.
Yeah, amazing. All right. There you go, everybody. This wraps up the final interview we've ever done for The Fighting Entrepreneur. And moving forward, very soon, we will be doing the Anik Singal show. And we'll have Saurabh back, and you'll see just how different and how we approach these episodes differently for the Anik Singal show. Now, listen, all of our episodes will always still be there. 4 years wrapping up now. It's kind of a moment, right? 4 years of episodes. You can still listen to all of them. They're still all amazing at onikpodcast.com.
But you just said never say never, no?
Yeah, never say never. Yeah. Well, look, Anik Singal show is really just a continuation of The Fighting Entrepreneur. So it's not like we're going away. If you're subscribed to The Fighting Entrepreneur on any of the platforms, great. You'll continue. You'll just be subscribed to the Anik Singal show moving forward. So going to be amazing. onikpodcast.com. If you want to binge listen to any of our past episodes, hit, subscribe below, all that jazz, guys. Hit like, leave a comment. But the most important thing is, if you want to hang out, funnelgrowthsummit.com. Go get yourself a ticket. I'll see you there live in New Delhi, coming up very soon in January. Now, by chance, if you're watching this episode and the event's already gone by, well, guess what? There's going to be another event coming soon. So follow Saurabh, stay closely in touch with his work. Go sign up for flexifunnels.com and you'll know about the next event. With that said, everybody, as I always say, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, push it the heck back. This is Anik Singal signing off. See ya.
Thanks for listening to The Fighting Entrepreneur with your host, Anik Singal.